Well, simply embarrassing second half performance by Wolves today. 3-1 up during today's game. 3-3 with Brighton. What on earth were we doing in that second half? What on earth was Nuno doing for that changing setup and the substitutions today? Definitely 2 points dropped. I cannot believe that we haven't got 3 points out of today's game. My name is Dave from Talking Wolves, giving my thoughts on Brighton 3, Wolves 3. Guys, let me know your thoughts in the comment section down below. And obviously be sure to hit the like button and subscribe to the channel. But I cannot believe that we have let that one go today. And fair play to Brighton in that second half for coming out a little bit more. Graham Potter made the right changes for them. Bringing off players that were on cautions and so on. But still positive changes. Whereas Wolves, what are we doing? You know... I can't believe it. We'll start off with the team. Quite a nice team, really, for the players that we've got available. A 4-2-3-1 for Wolves. Saw Patricio start with Aït-Nouri, Saïss and Cody, with Semedo returning into the team as well. We saw Neves and Moutinho in the centre of midfield with Vitinha just ahead of them, with Neto, Adama and Fabio Silva. But we started off, you know, the way we were on the ball was quite nice. You know, we were knocking the ball around quite well. You know, we allowed Brighton in to get an early start as well. Obviously, getting the opening goal, it was for Brighton. It was for Connolly. He just nicked in front of Patricio. But poor defending all round, really. The way that we allowed the centre-half to burst forward with the ball. Aït-Nouri possibly should have got a little bit tighter to the crosser of the ball. And then we were just, I think it was Saïss as well, was beaten to the ball as well. So give them a goal. Just all round, it was very, very poor defending from the front of the pitch to the back, really. We should have stopped that goal way before the ball had even come into the box. But you know what? We reacted so well. You know, I think the longer it took us to get back into the game, get an equalising goal, well, at the time we thought it would have been more of a frustrating evening. But yeah, we got ourselves back into the game in the end. Nelson Semedo wasn't the greatest touch. First of all, I think he would be obviously. He did well to get back onto the end of it. Nice little ball into the air and a fantastic header from Saïss, who's grabbed yet again another goal. And a lot of people raving about Romain Saïss at the moment, doing quite well, but a fantastic header to get us back into the game. But, you know, with Brighton at the moment, obviously they're having a little bit, well, they're not playing Matt Ryan at the moment. They've got Sanchez in goal, who's still a young goalkeeper, still learning. And I think one of the things would have been just to get that ball in the area, test him a little bit. And that's what we did for the second goal as well. Neto just smashed it into the area, had a bit of zip on it. I think Silva was behind Dan Burn, waiting to tap it in, but it bounces off Burn and into the back of the net to give us a lead in the game. And we deserved it. You know, we looked really, really strong. Everyone playing their part. And you know what? We got even better right on half-time as well. Perfect time for us to get a 2-goal lead. And we looked great. Adama Traoré beating his man down the right-hand side. It was Dan Burn again. Brings him down. Definitely a penalty. No doubt about it. And then good to see Ruben Neves at the penalty spot and dispatch it as well. 3-1 up at half-time. Absolutely cruising. And you know what? I think everybody could see, every Wolves fan, and anyone in general that watched that game knew, if the game continued with that pace and how it was going, Wolves could have so easily scored 4 or 5 goals today. But every Wolves fan knew in their back of their head, with Nuno and his track record just in general, we could see us shut up shop here. And what is he doing? Second half. All right, to start off, it doesn't really help with the first attack of the second half, giving away a penalty. We could have done without that. Moutinho sticking his leg out and obviously giving away the penalty. Mbappé scoring that. And then the substitute to bring off Vitinha, who, you know what, just in that hole, there was nothing between the midfield and the attack when Vitinha went off. You know, he created those opportunities and so on. And then he's gone with a back 5 for the last half an hour. We're 1 goal up against a team for the last 20 minutes who've put on constant pressure against us. Why are we reverting to a back 5? You know, you are just asking for trouble. You know, I still can't believe it. And you know what? I understand at the moment we've got trouble with injuries at the moment. I think, you know, we've got Raul out, Johnny out, Bolly, Dendoncker, Marcel and Pedence today as well. But, and it is a young bench today. Otasow is the obvious change to come on there. Kilman as well was the one if you wanted to go a bit more defensive. But he took so long to do the Otasow change, where I thought that should have been done earlier because Moutinho was poor today. Yeah, Otasow should have come on a lot earlier and added that bit more physicality, power, and presence in the midfield. And I'm looking at the bench here. Yes, it's inexperienced, but we've got kids there that want to prove a point. There's players there that he used in the Europa League last season. You know, why is he not willing to play them in this game? Players that have played well in the under-23s this year. And what's the point is having an under-23 squad and they're playing well if they're not going to get a look into the first team? You know, when we need that bit more energy, Silva today for me, it just didn't work for him today. So you got the likes of Corbiano on the bench there, who scored a few goals, 4 or 5 goals this season for the 23s, as a winger as well predominantly. Just quite, you know, big, powerful, quick guy. Why aren't we bringing the likes of him on? On a counter-attack, he would have been perfect today. But no, and it just didn't make sense. Nothing today. And I'm afraid the changes by Nuno cost us 2 points today. We should have got the 3 points. And I can't believe it. You know, like I said earlier on, fair play to Brighton. But just, it happened last season. Some of their passing and just some of their play in general was woeful. And I'm looking at this and thinking, if Wolves drop points here, this is poor. This is poor, but Brighton took their chances, and you knew it was going to be from a set piece. Obviously, they got that second goal back from the penalty. You knew it was going to be a set piece with some of the players that got their dunk. Dan Burn, I know he didn't have a great game, but him as a presence. Is it Webster as well, the other defender? And that's what they did, and it cost us today. And it's really like if we are wanted to progress as a team, listen now, guys, we're gonna have to write the season off. Full stop. Just write. Don't hope for any Europa League ambitions this year because I just can't see it happening. We've got to write this season off. You know, it's a crap saying, but as a transitional period, as a transitional season, you've got to write it off. You know, it feels like, you know, Kenny Jackett's final season in charge of the club. You know, we're going to have a couple of games where we're going to be really happy with the result, but predominantly it's going to be disappointing games where we should have got more out of the game or we're not doing enough to win the games. Another game where we've conceded as well. Clean sheets just aren't a thing at the moment. If Nuno wants to continue with his back four system, he's got to bring centre-backs in this summer, this January or this summer as well. Attacker is a must. You guys know I rave about Fabio Silva a lot, but this game just wasn't built for him. With three centre-halves that are all 6'3", 4+, he was never going to have much of an impact on the game. Got himself into the right areas, but the lack of weight and strength in him, I think, let him down today, unfortunately. But Neto was quiet as well. And when your big and key players are quiet, you're not going to get anything out of the game. Players that did well, Adama did well in spells. A couple of times, again, as per, where he probably should have let the ball go in the second half. So Maida was breaking through, and Adama should have played a through ball there. But his play in general was good. Won a lot of fouls in our favour. Obviously won the penalty as well. Just much better from him today. Neves I thought was great. Some of his passing was fantastic today, and obviously good to see him get a goal as well. But just, yeah, the negativity I think from the manager today in terms of how he set up in that second half, and even at 3-3, you know, Robert Sanchez, the goalkeeper, had the ball for Brighton, and we were just sat deep. You've got to be pushing forward and putting the pressure on them, and it just wasn't happening, and it's disappointing. Really is disappointing, guys. 3-3 draw today. Wolves definitely 2 points dropped. Let me know your thoughts after this disappointing game. You've got the FA Cup coming up against Crystal Palace. As always, content for that will be coming up, and obviously if there's any transfer news, I'll update you guys this week as well. Happy New Year to you all. It's a shame Wolves couldn't kick off 2021 with a win, but I'll see you all very, very soon.